everybody, and welcome to Dennis from Scratch. Today I'm going to show you how to cut a pineapple. I have my pineapple here. I have rinsed it off just to make sure that nothing on the outside gets on the inside if there's any dust or pesticides or anything. The first thing that we're going to do here after we rinse it, we've dried it, I'm going to take this top off. So I'm just going to grab these leaves up here and I'm going to twist by grabbing this bottom. And it comes off pretty easily. We're just going to discard this, but first I want to show you, we know that this pineapple is ripe and it's ready to cut. We can kind of see some of the tops of the leaves here. They're starting to kind of get dark and brown, and that's a good sign that it's ripe. We also, if we look at the pineapple itself, it's yellow and golden, but it also has some darker spots on it. So this is kind of the peak ripeness. I wouldn't want to go much longer than this before cutting it. If we waited another day or two, it's probably going to be too ripe and it's going to start to spoil. But right now, it's probably just perfect. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use our large knife, and I'm going to slice the top of it off. And we see a couple dark spots in there. That's because the pineapple is just borderline too ripe. We can cut those spots out if we don't want to eat them. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the bottom. Okay. And now we're going to cut this outside of the pineapple off. We're going to take our knife and just kind of with a side-to-side motion like this, with putting a little bit of pressure, just kind of guide the knife around the edge of the pineapple. And you'll notice in here we got some of the flesh in there. That's just going to happen. You're going to lose some of it on there, but it's not a big deal. And then we're just going to go around the pineapple doing the same thing, cutting off all the skin and saving as much flesh as we can. That way we've got more later on. Okay. And now I'm just going to look around the pineapple, see if there's any little spots like this left on here. Cut those off. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so there's really two ways that you might want to cut a pineapple. One, if you're going to be, if you want to cut them in circles like this, you can just kind of grab it and just slice straight down. And then with these circle pieces, I like to slice them real thin, and you can put them in the oven on a baking sheet for a little bit and just kind of caramelize them for a few minutes, or you can put them on the grill this way. The other way, and what you're usually going to be cutting a pineapple as, we're going to kind of look on the top of this pineapple here. You'll see we have a little bit of a darker spot, and that darker spot is the core of the pineapple. It's a little bit tougher and the flavor is a little bit more mild. So we're going to cut just to the side of that, straight down, and then turn it and do the same all the way around. And I'm keeping it standing up so I can see where that core is. And then right here, just so I don't cut myself, I'm just going to turn it over. And you can either discard the core, because you've got plenty of pineapple here, or if you want, there's no problem with just eating it. Cut that piece off, but the rest of this is going to be a little bit more tough, but I don't mind eating it myself. I usually don't serve it though. I'll just snack on it before I serve the pineapple. And then, if you're going to be grilling the pineapple, you can use pieces like this, or if we're just serving it, we're going to cube it. So just kind of slice it down. Cut off these darker spots too. And then with these ones, again, if we were just going to grill it, I would leave it like that. So I've got a bunch of long pieces, and that way they don't fall through the grill slats. Otherwise, I've cut it long ways, and I'm going to turn it. And using my fingers as a guide here, my upper knuckles, keep my fingertips away from the knife. Just kind of slice it down the side. And then we'll just continue with the rest of it. Slicing on the sides here. And these little dark. And if you're not ready to eat the pineapple, you can just cover it with some saran wrap or put it in an airtight container in the fridge. It's not going to change color or anything. It should last for a couple days. You might end up with a little bit of liquid on the bottom that you'll have to drain out before serving it, but it should be pretty much as fresh as when you cut it. And that's about it. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, like it, subscribe to the channel, and check out my other cooking videos.